So, we have been working with grouping numbers, and I want to talk with you about how some of you are choosing to do your work for grouping numbers. All of you are doing such a great job, but I wanted to see if maybe some of these strategies would help you. So, I'm going to read you the problem. It says Miss V is ordering some new masks. She found someone who is selling bags of masks. Miss V buys blank bags of masks. Each bag has blank masks in it. How many masks does Miss V buy? So, most of the time you will notice that you have multiple different number choices to choose from. Now, I'm choosing 9 and 7, so I'm going to circle it, and then I'm going to write 9 in my first blank and 7 in my second blank. Then I'm going to reread the problem. Miss V is ordering some new masks. She found someone who sells bags of masks. Miss V buys 9 bags of masks. Each bag has 7 masks in it. How many masks did Miss V buy? So one thing that I noticed that some of you are doing is that you're going like this. You're drawing 9 circles because that's representing 9 bags, and then you're doing this. And then you're doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 66, 1, 62, 63. And then you're getting 63, and you're circling 63. Whoops, it kind of looks like 163. 63, and you're circling it. Now, is that the right answer? Yes, it is the right answer. But didn't it take you a really long time to get there? And sometimes our work gets a little sloppy, and it's hard to count one by one because maybe sometimes we miss dots or we count dots and twice, and it's just a little bit hard to do that. So I wanted to show you a couple other strategies that your friends are doing. So another way that some of your friends are solving this problem is that they are going like this. So the 9 and 7 is still our number choice, and they're doing this. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Now, they know that this is 21, and this is 21, and this is 21. Then they're adding together their 21, so they're getting 3 and 6, so 63. And they know that this is 3 groups of 7, this is 3 groups of 7, and this is 3 groups of 7. And 3, 3, and 3 make 9, so this is 9 groups of 7. And then always make sure that you circle your final answer so I know what your answer is. And see, we got the same answer. Our answer is 63. And then also, one way that this problem also makes sense is that I know that 7, 7, and 7 is 3 groups of 7. 7 and 7 and 7 is 3 groups of 7. 7 and 7 and 7 is 3 groups of 7. And like I said, I know that all of those are equal to 21. And when I add my 21s together, I get 63. Now, instead of drawing dots, that's a lot more organized. And I can follow my work because I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sevens. And that's 3 groups of 7. And also, 3 groups of 7 is a lot easier to do than 7 groups of 9. Or 9 groups of 7. Because I don't know 9 groups of 7, and that's okay, but I do know that 3 groups of 7 and 3 groups of 7 and 3 groups of 7 is 21, 21, 21, and I can add 21 together 3 times and get 63. Now, I also wanted to talk with you about some of the strategies that you're doing on your whiteboard, because I've noticed that when some of you are drawing your circles, you might be drawing them super big and you're running out of room So you're trying to cram all of your circles on one dry erase board, and then you're putting all of your dots, and some of your dots are overlapping because you're doing it really fast. And then when you go to count at the end, you're counting all your dots, but you have way too many dots and it's really unorganized. So one thing that you can do instead of doing it on your whiteboard is you can grab a piece of paper and use a white piece of paper so that way I can still read your work. And you can try and organize your work with a pencil, or you could use a bigger piece of paper, or you can break your work apart. But you need to find some way that you can organize your work, because on paper with a pencil it's a little easier to control your work, and you can draw nine circles for 9 bags, and then you can put 7 in each circle, and then you get 63. Or another way that we said you could do it is you can do 7, 7, 7, and we know that that's 3 groups of 7, 7, 7, 7, and that's 3 groups of 7, 7, 7, 7, and that's 3 groups of 7, and then you get 63. And then always make sure to circle your answer. Another way that I have been seeing some of you use this problem is that you've been going like this. So you know that you have 9 and 7, and that's 9 groups of 7. So you're doing 7 plus 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 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need one more 7. And then what you're doing is you are grouping your 7. So you're going 7 plus 7 is 14. 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 And then I have one more 7. So I know then I can do 14 plus 14 is 28. 14 plus 14 is 28. And then one more 7. And notice how I am keeping my work super organized. And another way that I can check that I have all of my 7s and not too many 7s is I can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I know that this is 4 7s, so 4 more 7s, 8, 9 7s. And then if I add 28 and 28, I get 56. And then plus 7, and then I get 63. So notice how I'm doing this. I'm keeping my work organized. I'm making sure that all of my 7s are there, and I'm grouping my numbers together because I know that 7 and 7 is 14, 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 and then I had one extra 7. And that's a lot easier to do than go 7 plus 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 7, because you can group your numbers. Because also, when you're doing something like this, you also can group right away, because if you know that you have 9 7s, if you know that 2 7s is 14, 2 more 7s is 14, 2 more 7s is 14, you know that, but you need to keep track of how many 7s you have. So this is, you can always do 2 7s, 2 7s, 2 7s. So you have 6 7s, so how many more do you need? You need 3, so 2 more 7s is 14, 2, and then 1 more 7, and you add all those together and you get 63. So we are trying to work on grouping our numbers even further. Instead of drawing a bunch of circles and dots, try and group your numbers so that you can get smaller, or you can get bigger numbers so it's easier to add them together, and then you don't use as much space when you're doing your work. So try one of these strategies that you've seen today on our word problem. And also, if you notice that using your whiteboard and your marker is too much of a hassle and you're using too much space, try and use a paper and a pencil. But I need to see your work.